Good afternoon everyone, we are from Group 2. So now, let's start the presentation. What is the corruption? Corruption is referred to people who in a specific positions and use their powers to seize the illegitimate gains and commit dishonest, even illegal and criminal acts. So it can exist in any country with many forms, such as the abuse of power by public officials for personal interest, take advantage of people's trust in the government systems, reduce the effectiveness and fairness of public policies. And where is the corruption occurs? The procurement sector is classified as most prone to corruption and abuse of power, such as supplies that does not follow specifications. Improper payments is the major offense in the procurement sector. When government is corrupt, the people are reluctant to paying tax and it will create the unpredictable impact on social, economic system and development. Now, let's see the example of the real case. The program's Banjara Industry is one of the special programs introduced by the JPM. It's proposed to implement the bread industry self-sufficiency programs with the allocations 1.2 billion ringgit. However, the audit found that the item receipts are not following the specifications. Also, the full payments amount to the 1.16 million was made, despite the supplier haven't yet to install to test the equipment and the machinery completely. So these non-procedural payments for this case has often the third mistake, which is the improper payments.
Now, I would like to continue the part that is the action taken by the authorities on the algae repayments. We have found that the issue which is improper payment. First, the specification of machine bread do not meet the guarantee and interest of the government. For example, the machine bread and equipment do not meet the officials qualified from the technical aspect. Department and acquisitions have given a warning letter to Penjara Sungai Undang on this offence because it will be a good function to inform them of the misconduct and ensure they can improve the condition in the coming future. In May 2013, has been found that the equipment and bread machine are not checked by the official. So official should make an inspection challenge for the equipment and bread machines to ensure the equipment in complete specifications because the inspection challenge can define a product requirements and quality standard. The institution of the prisons also need to obtain the remaining equipment from the laboring supplier. At Penjara Bentong, they keep the equipment and bread machines in the bus parking area and they just use the torn canvas to cover all the equipment. And also the place to keep them is also not a proper way to keep the machine because it will easily enter the water when it's rain. Need to find a proper suitable and safe place to place all the equipment. For example, they need to renew the canvas to cover all the equipment to prevent water from entering. So therefore, the equipment is maintained a standard level and not to be the damage.
Good day, Doctor. Now I would like to continue my part, the Law of Commissioner of Malaysia's Anti-Corruption Commission (MACC) and the Auditor General sufficient in addressing the issue of leakage in national procurements. First, we look at the law of MACC. According to the chief of MACC, the corruption cases involving leakage of national revenue which involving public servants has been seen as become more critical in Malaysia. Therefore, MACC has implemented the one of the initiative which is named as National Anti-Corruption Plan (NACP). The purpose of this plan is to prevent the corruption that's practice, accountability, and integrity. There are 6 main strategies in this plan. The first strategy is to enhance political accountability and integrity. The second is enhance the sufficiency of service in the management and administration. The third is enhance effectiveness and transparency. The fourth is improving the credibility of illegal judicial system. The fifth is institutionalizing the credibility of law enforcement agencies. The last is establish quality governance for corporate entities. Next, the roles of Auditor General. Malaysia Auditor Generals will carry out an audit. The Auditor General important to specify the elements which do not contribute the national accounting efficiency. The Auditor General will analyze and do the audit for all the financial records. The Auditor General has authority to check all records. The Auditor General can get all the information and evidence for any agencies. The purpose make a report and audit is because it can analyze and evaluate all the agencies whether they use all the financial resources in the proper way or not. It can help the government to take the action if some of the individuals are doing some improper payment.
The impact of revenue corruption on production efficiency. Production efficiency means the entity operates at maximum capacity. It consists of the efficiency of all work organization. It's also a specific economic and financial indicator which shows the extent to which a company operates. When corruption happens, the service of the organization became inefficient. They don't put all the effort into providing the services. For example, employees who practice corruption will take precedence over personal profits versus company profits. They will not complete the work efficiently but complete it slowly. Then, due to corruption, the revenue for an organization decreases. There is no investor will invest in the organization. This has caused them don't have extra model for enhance their technology in production sector. This will affect the production efficiency as advanced technology is required in production. Value for money means the value or utility gained by a consumer from purchasing a product by exchanging money spent. It is measure of a product efficacy and efficiency, and it is also a determination of whether the consumer has gotten the most out of the product within the limits of the resources available to them. Corruption will cause a rise in the price of the goods. Payments of bribes to acquire a project will increase the operating costs. This has caused the price of the product will become more expensive. The producer will pass on the expense of bribing by raising the price of product because it is considered as a cost of producing goods. For example, a trader pays a bribe of 500 ringgit monthly to the enforcer. It is to ensure that the premises are not inspected by the enforcement officers. In order to maintain his profits, he absorbs the cost into the selling price of the goods. This makes consumers need to spend more money to buy goods and gain utility. It has affected the value for money.
Hi, so today I would like to explain about the fraud triangle theory. The fraud triangle is the original idea proposed by the Donald Krasny in 1953 and amended by the numerous times, mostly recently in the earliest of 1970s, has received a lot of attention in understanding the reasons of the fraud. The hypothesis states that occur for fraud is there are three elements which are the perceived pressure, opportunity and also rationalization. First is perceived pressure. The variables that lead to unethical behavior are referred to as perceived pressure. Every corruption is under some pressure to engage in unethical form. Financial or non-financial pressure are example of these factors. Second is opportunity. The opportunity will always exist because it might be due to weakness in internal control, lack of monitoring and also bureaucracy in public management. According to the concept of perceived opportunity, people will take advantage of conditions that are available for them. For example, the public sector's application procedure as a lot of section can be called as a bureaucracy as well. And the third and the last one is rationalization. This concept means that before someone wants to participate in unethical activity or action, they must come up with an idea which are morally acceptable. An individual is committed to the action of corruption, they will feel that they themselves are not considered as criminals, while they feel like they are as honest individuals but stuck in a wrong situation.
As a conclusion, the corruption cases that include the edge of government revenues involving private servants are increasing serious in Malaysia. It has bring a lot of a negative impact to our country, such as the country's social economy will be affected